Hi boys and girls, Mrs. LaBeouf here. Maybe you can see me. I'm on a walk in the woods with my dogs. The woods right behind Springhouse Middle School. And as I was walking, I saw a few things that I thought you might enjoy. Hey, there's my shadow. When we did Groundhog Day, do you remember how we saw our shadows? That is my shadow. So you can see me. I wish I could wave, but if I do, I'd lose the leashes of my dogs. Daisy and Freddie are both really pulling at the leashes. Do you see Daisy sniffing? She smells a rabbit, a squirrel, or maybe the little red fox that we saw down here the other day. And she really wants to get to that. But that's not what we're gonna do. I thought I would show you a few things. Look at this log. Now this is part of a tree that fell. The tree fell, and if you can look and see, look closer. Do you see what happened to the wood? As it got older, it rotted a little. And as it got rotted, it died a little, and it was easier for it to fall. This is another log. Now look at this one. Do you see all the holes the insects have made? They're boring into there and they're eating, and maybe birds too. But that's what happens in nature. As one thing dies, another thing grows. So look at this, new plants starting. I wonder, I think that might be a little shrub that's starting to grow. And look at all this little ground cover that's starting. Now what I see first are dead leaves from the fall, because nobody comes and rakes the leaves in the woods. The leaves just stay, but they make a really great ground cover that protects seeds that are there. And then in the spring, when it starts to warm up, the seeds start to germinate, and then they become the baby plant, and then the sprout, like we learned, and then they grow. It's really cool. Now, here's some trees that are nice and tall. Do you see how the sun has shadows on some, and on others the sun is shining? It's really, really nice. Now, when I've been walking, I've seen a few things that really do belong in the woods. I've seen a few things that don't, and maybe we'll see them again. Daisy wants to go down a different path, so we'll have to wait. Now, one of the things that's happening in the woods last week was a lot of little wildflowers were growing. Do you remember W? Wildflower. Wild starts with W, our word for the week. In the woods, look at this. The trees are starting to get their leaves. Little baby leaves are coming. There's another tree that fell. Now out in the woods, you'll see lots of trees that fall, logs that get hollowed out. Daisy likes this other direction, but Daisy, I want to go over here and show the boys and girls this tree that fell. Look at this one, boys and girls. The center of it is all hollowed out. I don't know if you can see it as well. Let me come up this way. Do you see? And then look over here. We've got a log there where a little animal could live. Now Daisy is pulling so hard over to this spot. Look what I think she's pulling toward. That's gonna be a home that an animal has dug. I'm gonna have to move away because Daisy and Freddie, I don't know what lives in there. I would guess a groundhog or a rabbit. I don't think a fox would have dug a hole quite like that, but it might have. Now as we keep going, I have to be careful. I'm walking over some logs and sticks. You see how part of this is really muddy. It's rained a lot, hasn't it? And the mud is there, but under those leaves. As we keep going, look at this pile of trees that fell, and limbs that probably fell last fall or last winter. Daisy's going off-road with me. We're not on the path anymore, but I see something that doesn't belong in the woods. Do you see it? Somebody littered. We should never throw our trash in the woods, boys and girls, because the woods are places for the plants to grow. Look at these pretty plants. They're going to have flowers. And if we throw our trash in the woods, it makes it hard for the animals, like Daisy and Freddie, who want to hunt. Daisy and Freddie have brought me along over here. No, Daisy, with me. So look at this big tree that fell. Do you see the roots over there? Look how big this one is. Now, did you notice there's no bark on this tree? The bark is all gone, but there is moss. And just like Mrs. Bowser showed you when she went for a walk, the moss will grow at different places. Look at this tree leaning. Do you see? Way up there. Now, this one I can even step on and walk over. And hopefully I can convince Daisy to come with me. There she comes. Freddie always comes. He's always right there behind. See, Freddie? Daisy likes to hunt more. But I wanted to show you something over here. Oh, look at this. This is so cool. When the moss is growing, sometimes it will get, oops, sorry, little sprouts on it like that. Those would have the seeds. It's just so wonderful in nature. I know that right now we can't get outside like we would normally like to and go as many places. You can go outside, but you can't go as many places. But if you have anything with woods nearby, it's sort of fun. Now, I'm on the walking bridge right now. Walk is W, and I'm looking down at the water. We're over a creek. Daisy really likes this spot because the fox likes to go through the creek bed. Do you see how some of it's nice and dry? The other day when it rained so much, this was full of rushing water. But look, now it's the water, and look what you can see. The reflection of the trees in the water. I just think it's so cool when you look and you see that the water can be like a mirror and it can show you what's up above. Now, let's see if you can see me in the water. You can see my shadow more than just me, can't you? But we have all these things that show us really cool things about nature. Unfortunately, sometimes we don't treat nature the way we should, and I saw something else that doesn't belong. Do you see it? When I go to the woods, trash doesn't belong. That's a milk jug. I have a feeling when it rained the other day, it washed down here. Washed. That starts with W also. And what color is the milk jug? White. You're right. White starts with W. 4-year-olds, I found a lot of W words, haven't I, in the woods. Woods. But I just thought you might have fun seeing the woods in the morning when Daisy and Freddie and I were on our walk. And I wish the woodpecker would start up again. That's what made me think of this. The woodpecker was going, and he makes a ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta sound. If you're in the woods and you hear ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, you're hearing a woodpecker, and woodpecker starts with W also. Boys and girls, have a wonderful day. I'm going to finish my walk with Daisy and Freddie. See you soon. Bye-bye.